Hello, thank you for tuning in. This is No More Watch Fire. Next time, my name is Larry Duncan Allen. Glad to have you on board tonight. We can have a subject about reparations and the Democrats tonight. For decades, black people have been faithfully following Democrats. We're not following, but voting for Democrats. They make us promises, but things really don't get that much better for us. They give us social programs, but not any economic program. So tonight's subject is about reparations because Donald Trump has just passed a bill. Well, he tried to pass a bill. He's trying to get compensation for people who feel that was wrong. Friends of his that he feel was wrong, including the mob, the thugs, the insurrectionists, the traitors of January 6th. Now, if they can give reparations, possibly give us reparations, why come black people can't? And there's no coincidence the amount that he's seeking is $1.776 billion. 1.7 one point, the same with as the this is the 250th anniversary of this nation. It's the same as the anniversary of this nation. In 1776, he was $1.776 billion. But look, my problem is why come the Democrats can't do anything like this? They come to us with all type of rhetoric. We're trying some type of social program just to appease us, and it usually works. But that time is changing now. Black people are now telling Democrats you're gonna have to put up or shut up because we're tired of these little social programs. And then every so often our rights get taken right back to where it was before. We can't keep doing this, going from one reconstruction to another. They give it, they take it away. See, one of the problems is with our black caucus, they don't even seek reparations. They seek more for immigrants than they do for us. Talking about who said to say a Hispanic man has to be protected? Who said that said that? Was it it was one of the civil rights people. They protect themselves. Like black men don't need to be protected. We busy trying to protect ourselves. I'm not thinking about them Latinos. They vote to put Trump back in there. Let him protect them and do whatever he's gonna do. We're not trying to be bothered with them. They don't want to be bothered with us. They're calling out for us now that they're in trouble. They're like they're angry because it's not happening to us. Who they thought it was gonna happen to. That's why they voted for Trump. They thought that what they're getting was gonna come our way. But it's always been coming our way. Getting brutalized in the street, picked up off the streets for no reason. We just haven't been deported because they can't. But believe me, if they could, they would, and still may try. But back to reparations. See, the Foundation of Black Americans, they have a big push for reparations. And I agree with them. But sometimes they get a little ahead. They very much criticizing people who are not claiming to be Foundation of Black Americans, but all black people who were brought here, ancestors who were brought here through slavery, are foundational black Americans, if they realize it or not. But see, the problem being that You have to give people time. We just started really kicking on reparations hard and on being foundational Black Americans. We can be beefing with each other, arguing and turning other people off on that on something that's actually new. See, we've been in that Rainbow Coalition mode for a long time, and it hasn't done us much good. And many of us are still in it. We have to give some time to come out of it. And I can see why the Rainbow Coalition was started by Jesse Jackson. Said one time, right after the Civil Rights Bill was passed, that's what allowed the immigrants to come over. They saw all of these black and brown people coming over. They thought that they could form a rainbow coalition with them and we could be a force to be reckoned with. But they found out that these people don't want anything to do with us. It was time to leave them alone. We held on too long, trying to build that rainbow coalition. When they kept letting them know we don't want it. So now, but I don't fault them for that because it's trial and error. You have to evolve. We evolving from that. We ain't trying to get along with everybody thing. And most of you were foundational Black Americans. You just now also. So you have to give these other people time also. But we got to keep working. We don't have to stop working because they're not involved. But the Congressional Black Caucus just haven't pushed for reparations. They fight for everyone but us. Some are like Maxine Waters. She's in the Hispanic caucus. She's in the Asian caucus, the Caribbean caucus. She's just all over the place. And she helps them, but she don't help the Congressional Black Caucus to get things passed for black people. We're getting tired of that. I did a show a few months ago. I showed you the mission statement of the different caucuses. The Asian caucus, the African caucus, the Latino caucus, the Caribbean caucus. There's many caucuses. All of them in their mission statement talked about the betterment of their people. The Congressional Black Caucus was the only one that mentioned all people, all marginalized people. Are you the marginalized caucus or the Congressional Black Caucus? Because you don't act like it. Are you the Congressional Immigrant Caucus? You see, now Al Green, he's mentioning reparation now, but he's on his way out. But look how long he's had. You ever hear Jasmine Crockett mention anything about reparations? She talked about everything else. She cried for that woman from Minnesota. Mentioned nothing about Keith Porter Jr., the black man who was unalived by ICE a week before the woman in Minnesota, whose name I shall not say. I only say Keith Porter Jr. name because no one else would say his name, but want me to say those people's name? No. But look, I don't think we're gonna give reparation, but we gotta try because of who we're dealing with. Only thing I tell them when they tell me, you know, go back to Africa, I tell them, go back to Europe, but that's not an option for them because they don't want them in Europe. They don't want these Caucasians in Europe. I tell them, put your money where your mouth is. Put up $1 million, I'll get up out of here. They want black people out of there, pay us. Pay our way out. We may either may some of us may have better leave here, but this place getting ready to leave on our own. I know it's hard because your life has been here, y'all, your people here, people, some of your people bled and passed away, defending this nation. I understand that, especially some of the older people. I understand you don't want to leave here and go to some foreign land you don't know anything about. But I'm saying if it's necessary, I know like it may soon be necessary. They're trying their best to get us. You know what they're doing now? They're putting up these videos online interracial fighting. It's all over the place. But then when you look it up, you find out that stuff is not even real. They're trying to get black people riled up out in the streets. That's the OJ just can't wait for that. There's one on social media about a 16-year-old black boy who found a woman's wallet on the sidewalk, so he took it to the house. Looking outside the address, took it to the house. They had a ring mounted on the porch. He opened it up so the man could see that he had the wallet and he was returning it. See, the man just opened the door and shot him and got away with it. And now even the boy's parents have to pay the people $20,000 legal fee for unaliving their son. But when I checked it, it just didn't sound right to me. When I checked it out, I found out that's not even real. It's made up. They're trying to rile black people up. That's what they're trying to do. They want us out in the streets so bad. You don't have to rile us up. Give us $1,000,000 apiece. I'm sure many of us would be happy to get out of your hand and get you out of ours. And that's all you gotta do. Pay us out. You want us gone. Get that reparation out. Get that checkbook out. You're paying for everyone else. You paid for the Japanese. You even helped pay some Jewish reparations. And that happened in Germany. You paid the slave owners reparations. Everyone got reparations but black people. The people in the Caribbean, they got to see the people who took them to the Caribbean. We had nothing to do with all that. They have Brazil. I know there was many more slaves down there than here. But excuse me a second. Let me play this video for you while I pick stuff up.
The victims of January 6th are receiving $1.7 billion in reparations from our tax dollars. Victims not being the police officers that were attacked guarding the Capitol, but the people that stormed the Capitol and the people that were attacked financially that worked for Trump. You know who hasn't gotten reparations? Civil rights activists that are still alive today that were sprayed with fire hoses, had dogs sicked on them, beaten, killed, family members that lost their loved ones, survivors of the Tulsa race massacre. But January 6th?
I played that video for a reason. I don't totally agree with what he says. First, we don't want to separate the Black Americans, foundation of Black Americans, who are descendants of slaves. We don't want to separate them. Just talking about civil rights workers and all of them. Let's not do that. All of us got to get this together. Not some of us, not split up among us. All of us have to get it together. Not just some of us. All. And what I was saying about reparations earlier, everyone in this nation was wrong on reparations but us. The Indians, they got reparations. They took that old barren land. Nobody told them to take that land. And they're a whole different nation than us. And you know those reservations they have, those are nations. Those are not just reservations. Those are nations. The Sioux Nation, the Cherokee Nation. But I really don't care what they are, really. I care about what we are and what we gonna get. They have to fight for what they want. We're done fighting for other people. Fight for yourselves. Stop calling us out. We want our money. That's what we want. I want to hear all this about bigger affordable housing and all. Give us our money. We get the kind of house we want to get. Tired of your social handout. Let me play this other video.
$1.7 billion payout for people that stormed the Capitol. Destruction of property and everything else. Now, had it been another race of people, that would have been a slaughterhouse that day. Well, nobody would have walked away, let alone been falsely imprisoned or whatever the case may be, and then get a payout for the pain and suffering and damages and mental distress and money for attorneys and stuff that they had to pay for an action that they did. I'm going to say again, had it been another race of people, it would have been a totally different outcome. And neither those people had any survived, or their family would have received.
Remember that because she kept saying the same thing over and over again, but you get the point. You know, we know that black people can't do those type of things. You take the people that stormed doing Black Lives Matter. Remember the police station up in Minnesota that was stormed, that went in, ran the police out, ran the police out, and then burnt down the police station. Those weren't black people, because you know they wouldn't have ran nobody out nowhere. They had some bodies on the steps by the door. So we don't have to keep going. We know they're not going to treat us the same. We already know that. So quit doing stuff and then thinking you're going to get the same raw treatment. You're not. We know what the money for. It's for those January 6ers. Those thugs and gangsters. It's for them. But you know what we need to do? They say anyone who's been wronged and feel they need to become compensated. Black people need to go there just in droves. Sign up for reparations. That's what we need to do. Let's not sit and talk and complain all over social media. This is something that we can do. Bow for reparations. Do that. Say all who them or the people who have been wronged. So let's do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm about to suit so I can get some of that money. Pain and suffering of my ancestors were slaves, telling what I could have been or what I could have done had you left them alone, what they could have been or done had you left them alone. Let me play this one more video for you.
Okay, friends, let's take on this corrupt depravity and break it down by the numbers. 1, apparently a contractor who worked for the IRS, not even a federal government employee, leaked the tax information of Donald Trump and others, and lawsuits were filed. Now, DOJ defended against those lawsuits, saying, well, it was a contractor, so it really wasn't the federal government that did it. The point is, whether that's a winning argument or not, that's how DOJ was defending against these lawsuits that were filed by other aggrieved taxpayers, but apparently not by Donald Trump, who had the same circumstance, the same grievance, but there has been no indication that DOJ was going to defend against that suit. So, the judge who was presiding over the case after Donald Trump filed his lawsuit said, wait a minute. In order for me, a federal judge, to even litigate a case like this, preside over it, allow it to go forward in the courts. The Constitution requires a case or controversy. What does that mean? There have to be two adversarial parties going at it, right? With opposing positions. There had to be a true dispute, a case or controversy. And the judge said, Donald Trump controls it all. He controls his lawyer. He controls the DOJ. He controls the IRS. He can just tell the IRS what to do, DOJ what to do, just pay me money. And so the judge asked some outside lawyers, I think a group of 6 accomplished outside lawyers, to provide some insight, some guidance to brief up the issue as to whether this is a legitimate lawsuit, because it sure doesn't look like one. And she ordered the Department of Justice to respond to what those 6 lawyers filed. But instead, what just happened? Donald Trump said, wait a minute. I want to withdraw the suit. I want to dismiss the suit. And Judge, you don't have anything to say about it. What does that tell you about what Trump and company knew about the strength or weakness of their lawsuit? And it gets worse, because the reporting is that what Trump wants to do, I guess this lawsuit will probably be dismissed today or in the coming days, is say, well, I'm going to keep negotiating with my government, my Department of Justice and the IRS, and I am going to require that a $1.7 billion fund be created that can be used to pay out people who believe they were, done wrong by the Biden.
Okay, I'm back. I'm getting so tired of hearing Biden's name. I mean, he got Biden derangement syndrome. How many people? You ever see Republicans? They take care of business for their people. Now we're not getting nothing from them. That's one thing I don't like about what I heard. A lot of the FBA is talking. When they talk against the Democrats. So until they have to balance it out, because there's some unknowing people. Everyone's brain is not that sharp. They're not that smart. They hear you talking against the Democrats all the time. They thinking that you saying is best to go vote Republican. We know we're not going to get anything out of them. We may get some trinkets from the Democrats, but we're not getting anything out of the Republicans. Our people has been lax. They haven't even tried for reparations. In California, it was some black Congress speaking, the state legislators, black ones, who knocked that reparations bill out. You know who? They didn't do that on their own. They were paid to do it. But you see, we just haven't had the people fighting for us. Some beginning to come around. They know black people getting tired of being played. If we want to go ahead and get our money, the money that's due us, and not only peanuts. This is for 400 years or more. Just think what we could have done, the families we may have had. So, and a lot of you people say, I don't want my tax dollars going towards paying reparations, but they hear crickets about this. Y'all should think about this. Just I don't want no Negroes getting my money. Let's put it like that. So if that's what you mean. So, yeah, that's what they mean. They don't want no black folks getting their money. They rather see it go to dust before a black person get it or get some of it. Yeah, but see, I really don't know what we can do though. 'Cause we don't have the end when that corner. When the Democrats take power, it's not going to be much better from them. It's not going to be much better. Yeah. It's going to give us a bunch of social programs, and that's it. And hopefully a seat, a high seat, a black person in a high position seat. While they do everything to undermine them, had them in a high position seat. Oh, and black people satisfied. Throwing us some trinkets to try to keep us satisfied. So that's where it stands now. Like, he's trying to get money to those J6 people, and everyone else just sitting down around watching everything he does, letting him get away with it. Let him get away with everything. I was going to read my paper, but let me see if I got it over here. Because I'm not going to hold you long tonight. But before I go, I should have read this in the beginning. Okay, New Shining Light Outreach Ministry, feeding the hungry 2 days a week, every Monday and Thursday. Free lunch, that's free lunch. 2 days a week, every Monday and Thursday, from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So you don't have to show an ID, no paperwork required. Everyone is welcome. Come in, sit down, have a seat, and enjoy the food. There's a 7 New Shining Light Outreach Ministry at 740 Broadway Street in Venice, Illinois. Well, Bishop John H. Williams is the pastor. And if there's inclement weather, such as a bad storm or something, you have to call to see if they're going to be there. And the number is 618-530-2374 or 618-558-6143 or 618-541-2534. That's New Shining Light Outreach Ministry, 740 Broadway Street in Venice, Illinois. But Bishop John H. Williams is the pastor. Also, they have service at 11 on Sunday. You can go by the service also. And if you're in the Cahokia Heights area, go by New Mount Zion Primitive Baptist Church, where my brother, Elder Roger Allen, is the pastor. And so, if you need any food, go by New Shining Light. They'll get you right. Yeah. So I'm not going to hold you long. I just want to say that about reparations. And because like everyone can get it except for us. We were giving the Japanese reparations all the way up to 1999. Like they was just digging up Jews from anywhere. Oh, they were in the Holocaust. Give them some money. Yeah. But like I said, I'm not going to hold you long. I got to get up in the morning. So, my name is Larry Duncan Allen. And this has been No More Water. I have one more video to play, but I just pass on now. Let me play this.
The department has this new fund that was announced today, $1.7 billion. Yeah. Why should taxpayers pay for the January?
Well, but this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized, and they worked on it. I know the Justice Department, it's really been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done, but these were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by a system that was so corrupt, with corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees and the other things that they had to suffer.
Black Americans have never received federal reparations for slavery. Not for Jim Crow, not for stolen labor, not for redlining, not for Black Wall Street being burned to the ground. Nothing. But do you know who did get paid? Enslavers. Under the D.C. Compensated Emancipation Act, Slave owners were paid up to $300 per enslaved person for the loss of their human property. The people who were enslaved got nothing. Then Black people built anyway. They built communities like Greenwood, Black Wall Street, and America let white mobs destroy it. Now fast forward. Trump's administration has created a nearly $1.776 billion fund that could allow Trump allies and January 6th insurrectionists to apply for payouts and apologies. So let me get this straight. Black people can survive centuries of government-backed oppression and be told reparations are unrealistic. But insurrectionists may get taxpayer-funded compensation? Y'all really got us fucked up. America always finds money when it wants to. Just never for the people it actually owes.
Okay. They find money who they want to. Those people can't talk without cursing. And the women do more cursing than the men. But look, I'm not got something that can hold you long. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Larry Duncan Allen. This has been No More Water. Bye. Next time. Thank you.